Hi guys. Like today. Oh, feel that wouldn't say summer air yet, but it's certainly getting there. It's cold enough last night, but I'm out in a t-shirt, as you can see. First time in a while. It's lovely. It really is. Lovely feel in the air. I was out on Saturday and didn't have too much. Put that short video up, my first ever Irish coffee, which was delicious. A little too delicious. But yeah, not too bad. Never really sleep the best when you've been drinking, but look, every once in a while won't kill you. All the time will. But neighbour's dog going a little bit. Got to see the Leinster game yesterday against Cardiff, and I just want to talk about that. Gotta say, they did well in the end. You know, there were a few sloppy moments, but a good win. What I would have preferred though with Leinster was to keep Cardiff from getting any bonus point that I feel like they could have done through better game management. An 18-point win, it was 42-24. It's literally the reverse of each other. And Callum Sheedy didn't take a few kicks that he should have, you know. And Cardiff aren't a bad team, like they're a good enough side, but Leinster definitely much more improved than the Ospreys performance. You know, because you felt like both those games they should win them comfortably enough. It's probably a bit arrogant maybe, but you know, they've set the tone now that they should be winning every game, and we should expect them to win every game. And they have, to be fair. They're unbeaten, so that you can't ask for more. And look, you're gonna have an off day, of course, yeah. Let's give a shout out to Tommy O'Brien's tackling. His tackles were incredible, to be fair. And he's a very good player. They're all very good players, that's the thing. So we know how good they are, and we know when they're not performing to that level. They've set the bar high now, so we should expect a great performance week in, week out. And you allow the one off day, I guess, you know, where they get the job done but they don't play brilliantly. That's fair enough. Yeah, you always get them. If the results keep coming, won't be too picky. But attack wise, very good. Bit sloppy. Defensively, I would have liked to have seen a bit better. Come on now, good boy. Good lad. Up. You coming? Come on now, Wills. It's alright. Sniffing around here. Good boy. Hey. Like, I counted a stat. I think it was throughout the first half, near the end of the first half. And what was it? I think Cardiff had made something like 58 tackles and they'd missed 5, whereas Leinster had made 15 tackles and missed 4. So Cardiff have nearly made 4 times more tackles than Leinster, but they've only missed 1 more. It's not great. Do you know what I mean? And that's a stat that I've been talking about with Irish provinces that I really don't like. They're always worse off in the tackle stats. Against England, like, Ireland had missed more tackles and made less. Now, weirdly enough, I saw a stat about the top 5 worst tacklers in the Six Nations so far. So we've had 3 rounds. Okay, so keep that in mind. Against France will be round 4, which comes up this Saturday. Oh, it's going to be a great game. Le Crunch. Speaking of the French, there's the Bijans. They must be looking forward to the game. Don't like me speaking about their team. Yeah, one of the neighbours is French actually, he's a chef for the stereotype. There's actually, I heard about where the French team will be training, so we'll shush on that. I know where they'll be training, so I get in and sabotage them. I know, I want it to be a good game and Ireland to win fairly. I was actually thinking of going down so I can meet Weenie Antonio. My brother absolutely loves him, so might go down and see if I can meet him. But yeah, I was talking about the tackle stats, wasn't it? So as we know, France break a lot of tackles, they do. They've got huge men who can smash through you, and then they've got speedsters that can go around you. Louis Barry has been destroying people. Leo Barry, I would stick with him. Here the French are getting annoyed at Romain Ntamack's ban. Don't know if will he be back soon. Well, he's been out for 2 rounds anyway. But saying Gary Ringrose might only get a 1-match ban if he completes tackling school. Now my argument to that is Romain Ntamack's one was much worse than Ringrose, if you ask me. Think, does he deserve a ban for it? Yeah, look, probably. If I take off my Ireland cap for a second. But Romain Ntamack's one, the arm is tucked in like that, you know. So he's always illegal. Which is why it was a straight red card, not a 20-minute one. Ironic, isn't it? The same player was the player getting hit, the victim, Ben Thomas. Must just have a face that everybody wants to the cheap shot. Because he was the same player that Ntamack hit with his shoulder. And then Gary Ringrose does it 2 weeks later. Must be something unlikable about him. I joke. But for me, like, Gary Ringrose is coming in at speed, yeah, of course. Does he make head contact? Yeah, he does. And look, if I'm being biased, I'd probably say it was a yellow, not a red. I think the 20-minute red card, yeah, you couldn't argue with that, so I've no argument there. It is dangerous, he's not a dirty player. And that's the whole point of that tackle school thing. Tackle school. How many fucking times do you train to tackle, right? But as far as I'm aware, Ntamack has done something like this before. Not as bad, but Ringrose has a pretty good disciplinary record, but I'm not sure Ntamack does. So, what's going on here? Sorry, 1 sec. But Ringrose is not a dirty player. I don't think there's anyone who'll say that he is. He got it wrong, he did, and it's a card. 1-match ban if he does tackle school, and then there you go. Next time around there'll be less sympathy on him, you know, so he has to get that right next time. Like, obviously, yeah, we know players deserve to be punished if they mess up. Yeah, no issue at all. Oh, the field is looking great. Oh, we have a look. Have a look. Come on, let's have a look. Yeah. Cows will be out soon, man. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's looking lovely, isn't it? Stay in now, stay in. Brother just went past there in the car. Poor Alf gets confused. What's it, because you want to go off with him? Oh, you smell him. Jeez, does he smell that bad? Good boy. But you look at that Owen Farrell incident where it was rescinded, Johnny Sexton as well. They got preferential treatment, of course, yeah. Big teams do. The French are on. You watching the game? Bijans. It's the same place where the mustard comes from, isn't it? Bichon mustard. So, yeah, there was an issue over that, which has been talked about. But for me, there's no legal attempt, so as they say, Ntamack was always illegal. His actions are illegal, therefore there's no mitigation. The arm was tucked, much worse than what Ringrose did. Now I feel like he fucked up, he shouldn't have done, like he made a really bad attempt to tackle. And I was there going, oh, you gobshite, you know. Just said that to a lot of Irish players because I think they played terribly, you know. They should have done a lot better than what they did. It was a poor performance. But it would worry me more, so we get away from all that shite. The 5 worst tacklers, 3 of them are English. One of them is Italian. 2 of them are back rowers, so they're thinking you guys need to up your game. So Ben Earl and Michele Lamaro are both on 10 missed tackles each, which is not great, you know, like your open side flankers. You should be making more. And now then again, having played that position myself, I know that you're involved in a lot more, so I'd like to see how many tackles they made. Because you make an awful lot as a back rower. Because you're the loose forwards, you don't do as much work in the scrum. So only fair that you should have to do more around the pitch. Then again, second rows do an awful lot. That gets unappreciated, so. And I've played both, so I can tell you that. I've also played in the front row, and I can tell you that's very hard. Very hard in the neck. Oh, I can see why a lot of them are just a head on shoulders and no neck. But so 10 missed tackles from Michele Lamaro, 10 missed tackles from Ben Earl. How many they're making, that's what I'd like to see, but you want more accuracy from your back row, especially when you see how many tackles the Curry brothers have been making. Tom in particular, like he's making a lot, so he's not on that list, and I've seen him in games make loads. So something that Ben Earl needs to work on. Very good player, but that would worry me. Again, if you step him, you just start cheering in his face. I thought he was after putting all that shit behind him, but he started doing it again. Yeah. And someone who I haven't been overly impressed with, Henry Slade. He's missed 12. And he's a 12, you know, a first centre. And every time people come down his channel to get over the gain line, I'd be very concerned if I was England about that. But I'm not, so I won't. I think he is missing an awful lot of tackles and he's not playing very well. Yoram Moefana, he was deceptively strong, I might say, but he just swatted him away like he wasn't even there. Such a poor attempt to tackle. You know, you need to physically be stronger if you're playing in that position, because as a 12, you're kind of like another back rower, especially nowadays. Alex Mitchell's a scrum half, he's missed 13, so he's the second worst. But a scrum half, you know, the cover tackles, I mean, Gibson Park is brilliant and so is DuPont, but not everyone can be built like them. I feel like Mitchell's an exciting player, but he had a very poor game against Scotland. And I think, I'd say those stats probably went through the roof because Scotland were breaking through them so easily. Scotland ripped England apart, but so did France. We should have done that. I feel like we don't take the initiative in games, Ireland that is. Take the bull by the horns, you know. Fucking struggling to speak. Guess that alcohol did have an impact. But top of the list with 15 missed tackles, which means that he misses 5 every game, going by statistics. Now he missed 8 against Wales, so that's not exactly correct, but you know what I mean. Way too high is Sam Prendergast. You know, comfortably topping that by a mile. Come on, good lad. That's very concerning. Everybody said they had concerns over his defence, and obviously they've got a reason to. and then listening to the rugby pod, just discussing it. Now I know fly halves aren't known for being great at tackling, but Johnny Sexton always went very high and got used as a speed bump. Ronan O'Gara didn't even get them down. There was no point in him even being there defensively. Great attacking wise, great kicker, but an absolutely woeful defender. Like, I get that you're not the biggest fella in the team, so it's going to be harder, but O'Gara, like, there's highlights of him missing tackles, and the videos could go on and on for ages. With Sexton, he tries to hug Matthew Bastereau, a 19.5 stone centre. Like, I mean, he tripped him up and got him down. So did Prendergast, you know. Even if they didn't get them down on their own, they still slowed them down, so a bigger fella could get him down. But it's not good enough. Go back, Harry. Up. Don't you? You're a funny chap. Yeah, funny fella. Keep going then. Okay then, come on, we go back then. Good lad. Yeah, like, it's just something that would really worry us, because you can imagine when the French play us, there'll be a lot of traffic going down that channel. You'd be a fool not to. If Fabien Galtier hasn't told the French players to target that channel, then that's pretty foolish of him. And you know what that means? It means that either Bundy Aki, who I imagine will go back into 12, will get sucked in, and then France will go wide, and they're dangerous out wide. Whether they go with Teo at the Sogby, who for me hasn't put a foot wrong, you know. I think he's played very well. I know Damien Penaud is Damien Penaud, but Sogby has 3 tries in 2 games, 2 starts, you know, and then he's made assists as well. I think he deserves a starting spot. Now I have to think for Ireland as well. How do we win? But be worried about Louis Bielbarré, because he is outstanding. He's been the best player of the tournament for me. Stop, slow down. Let you. Yeah. There we go. There's the pin. But Louis Bielbarré's been the only player who has kept his spot in my team of the week every week. Like Jack Cohen and Andrew Porter have made it every week, but they've been on the bench. So Bielbarré is class. He's so good. I think he's the top try scorer, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is, because he has 2 against us. Sorry, 2 against England. Did I just say us in England? I'm ashamed. He scored 2 against England, he got 2 against Wales, and he got 2 against Italy as well. So that's 6 in 3 games. He is prolific. 2 tries every game, literally. And assists. You know, like, he caught the ball in one hand and just palmed it like it was nothing. He's incredible. I'd be very worried, because wingers that aren't nearly at his level have cut us open. Not being bad to Ellis May and Tom Rogers, but they're not as good as Louis Bielbarré or Teo Adesogbi. And Leo Barre is brilliant, so good. If I was Fabien Galtier, I'd start him again. As I say, I want Ireland to win, but I also want a good game, you know. Don't want us to win by a fluke. So we'll have to see. We know that the backs will be dangerous, but I mean, that pack is what would concern me the most, because they are looking strong. I'd like to have Tadhg Furlong back for that game, because without him, very nervy. And yeah, just touching on the Leinster game again, the reason why I'm talking about the Six Nations more so is because not really much to report on, you know. It was job done for Leinster. Some inaccurate pieces of play, letting Cardiff get the lead in the first half, but look, they turned it around. I feel like Jack Boyle and Rabah Slimani were very good. John McKee isn't the most exciting player in the world, but he did well. Got a try. Jack Boyle getting a try out wide. How many props can say that? He's really coming into his own. He's playing very well. Definitely justified his selection in the Ireland jersey. Second rows I'd like to see a bit more from, though. Dermot Mangan and Brian Deeney gave away a couple of sloppy penalties, so not great from him, but I feel like the back row were very good. Not much negative to say. Charlie Tector is always good. Like, he's physical, but he's fast as well. And then in the midfield, I always get your man's name. Hugh Cooney. Yeah, Hugh Cooney. The ginger lad, Ron Weasley. He was very good. Both of them carried excellently and gave them really good go forward ball. Tommy O'Brien defensively excellent. Attacking wise, would like to say a bit more, but defensively sound. Jimmy O'Brien, good, not excellent game, like not as good as we know we can play, but not bad. Yeah, no, I'm just thinking. Andrew Osborne was quiet, wasn't he? Yeah, sure, I forget about him even when he played brilliantly. I just always forget, because I'm like, Osborne, no, Jamie Osborne, no. There's another one, and he's very good. Didn't have a bad game, just quiet by his standards. You know, Luke McGrath looked decent enough, to be fair. And Ross Byrne, not a bad game out of him. He's gone to Gloucester soon. But yeah, Cardiff were good as well. Cardiff played very well. So Harry Millard on the left wing scored 2 tries against Leinster. So Cardiff are no pushovers, you know. And they certainly had a great comeback against Connacht. So they showed their worth. Absolutely. But yeah, can do a review on the other 2 games and see how they go. Haven't watched them yet, but I'll let you know once I do. Happy Monday, guys.